Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm starting bright and early for you guys today, so that way you guys can get all the videos out. I'm going to say it's going to be at least 4 to 5 videos a day, at the very least. That will be a true fact. Unless something horrible happens, like my internet going out, which is a possibility. And then, yeah, hopefully we can get this all out. Hopefully I will be able to. Hopefully, I hope maybe I can stop saying the word hopefully and maybe use some other words. Is to get at least 10 videos out within a couple of days, so that way we get most of the recap out and more of the frequent. I'll try to get like maybe 1 or 2, give or take, videos that are happening current day as well. So hold on to your hats for that. Also, I apologize for the light hitting my face because currently with my light situation, I don't really have one, and I need to get that fixed. It's going to be expensive, like with the rewiring, whatever, because my light bulb decided to explode. So it's been like that. So I apologize for any of the light hitting my face or whatever and making it look weird. And of course, in the past videos. But anyway, that's it for my shenanigans and what's being planned for the next couple of days. It seems that we have people are finally getting to know. Well, we've been knowing this, but we are getting to people are starting to see, and parents, that trans people or trans men, or rather biological men, are being put into bathrooms and women's bathrooms, and the girls were being afraid of wanting to go in and stuff like that and what have you. So there's that's going on, and then there's also apparently a trans man, biological male, trans woman, whatever we want to call it, actually assaulting and beating 2 females in the bathroom. So we could possibly see where this may actually lead. So without further ado, I'll show you this video, do a little bit of a recap of and background on that video, and then I'll show you the actual other video. It's just great news, really. It's great. Well, actually, it's just one, but there's an article. You'll get what I mean. Take a look.
About a bathroom situation in Stillwater where you had biological males going into the female bathroom. You had females that felt very uncomfortable. I had parents that told me that the daughters refused to go to the bathroom during the school day.
This policy has been in place, though, for several years. So why just now are you concerned about it?
So I became aware of it a few weeks ago as these parents and teachers started reaching out. I think it's imperative that our schools don't set policy based on a far left radical group's intention. We have to ensure the dignity of all Oklahoma students.
So yeah, it seems like men are being allowed into a girl's bathroom, and there are women that don't even want to use the bathrooms. I'm not really surprised. It's not really safe for women to be with biological men and have something happen. I already say that this was an issue, and this is a possibility. This is all a problem. But it gets worse, guys. It gets worse because there has been some beatings and craziness going on. Now, this may have already been covered, but I see that this is something a little bit new. Goes on to say here in the article, trans student charged after reportedly assaulting 2 female students in school washroom. 2 female students have been left with injuries after reportedly being assaulted by a trans-identified male student in the women's restroom at a high school in Edmond, Oklahoma. Red Ox has obtained a police report related to a violent assault that took place in a women's washroom at Edmond Memorial High School. The report, dated October 26, reveals that a trans-identified male student was handed a juvenile summons after 2 female students were left with injuries following a fight he had reportedly initiated with them in the women's washroom. On October 26, at approximately 8 a.m., police responded to reports of a fight that had broken out at a Memorial High School in the small community of Edmond, Oklahoma. Upon arriving, the officer found a female student with injuries to her face and head at the nurse's station. The attending officer noted the female victim had several red areas on her face and that both her eyes were beginning to swell. The officer conducted an interview with the victim, whose full name was redacted due to her age. This female student advised the officer that a trans-identified student, indicated by the letter A, had approached her in the women's washroom while she was speaking to friends. She explained that A had Okay, I apologize, guys. Sometimes these articles are not the greatest. All right, they have some errors. We gotta work through them. She explained that she had tried to talk to her and she had ignored him, at which point A began to get angry and asked if she wanted to fight while approaching her with balled fists. The victim that said that the trans-identified student then hit her in the face, and she indicated her statement that she was not strong enough to fight back due to the force of the blow. Well, that kind of makes sense considering it's an actual male hitting her and not an actual female. I think this is not really surprised by this, but this is kind of, this is kind of what comes to reality. The transgender student pulled the girl's hair and forced her to the ground, at which point he began to kick her in the face and punch her repeatedly. The victim's friends, who had been in the washroom at the time, witnessed the incident and were pleading to stop his assault. One of the other female students attempted to intervene and was punched twice on the left side of her face by the assailant. One witness indicated that the girl had tried to step in because the trans individual is a man, and she felt her friend's life was at risk. She apparently wrote, I was calming a friend down, and I heard screaming, so I stood up. Went out of the stall so if I could jump in, and I could see they were screaming, and told her to leave her alone and to stop looking at her. And then they started screaming at each other. And then A reacted through the first hit. Then Matt basically jumped on her. He started swinging to save her life, her life, because that person is a man. And then I tried to jump in. He also hit her, from what I saw, kicked her in the head and then the back two times, and then was pulling her up, and she collapsed, and then the principal walked in. I think the person, I think this is the A is the name of this person, but I don't know. I think when it's going to do redacted, I'm just going to say he, because at this point, this is what we need to do. The female student who intervened is listed as having injuries to her eyes, to her eye, face, and head with a possible concussion. Two other witnesses appeared to corroborate the victim's story, with one stating that the transgender student struck the victim repeatedly and knocked her out clean on the floor, without any retaliation for the victim. One of the other witnesses also stated she had wanted to intervene, but is not listed as a victim in the report. A statement from the transgender student indicates he had initiated conversation with the victim because he was trying to pay her back for clothes he had stolen from her. The student also contradicts the victim and witness statements and provides details that are consistent with the girl's injuries as recorded by police. The attending officer reported that there was great confusion over A's gender identity and had pursued more information from the school administration due to inflicting data on his biological sex. The officer noted that he had been registered as a female student, and that the birth certificate on the file with the school had no indicated gender marker. The officer then found a paternity affidavit which indicated that he was a male. The police report indicates that he's a parent, or his parent arrived to pick her child up. The parent appears to have attempted to blame the victim for the assault, claiming the girl had made fun of her for being transgender. I don't care who you are. You just don't assault people. I don't care who it is. This is a problem with the parents. Come on. This is the thing with these leftist parents, is that they just never want to blame their kid and what have you, and this is the issue that we have. It's disgusting. No, your kid did some violence. It's not the victim's fault at all. Oh yes, just because you got called a name, it's okay to assault someone. Yeah, great parenting. The parent also confirmed that A was born male but identified as female. The police report utilized feminine pronouns to refer to A. Yeah, we're not going to do that here. We're going to refer to this person as a he, and he will forever be a he. Alright? This is what this person is. So, that's pretty much the gist of the story. Now, guys, I don't know about you, but we're seeing the actual danger of letting these people come in, right? Why do we not see, majority of the time when it's, a female turning into male, that this is never happening? Probably because it doesn't happen, because there is no possibility of it happening at all. This is a severe issue. Now, some people are obviously going to come into my channel and say, oh, you're transphobic. No. Stop. You don't care about women because you either know the biological difference, or you don't care because you don't care about women in general. So therefore, you're going to allow this type of behavior to happen, have women get beaten, and we're luckily this was not an actual sexual assault, which did happen in a previous school before. Happened twice. No. This is the repercussions of the reality of what happens. Let's see what happens next time. Because it may not just be two women getting beat. It might be an actual sexual assault among many other things. We need to stop this now, people. And women, you're at the top of the line. Chop, chop. Trying to get your old independence and go right at it. Because this is directly hurting you. Get to it. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share. As always, take care.